Hello, everyone. Welcome back. A very common question that I've been asked is, um, when the ATF finalizes their pistol brace rule in August of 2022, will the existing ones be grandfathered in? Okay, so the thing to understand with this rule change is it does not make these illegal. Okay, the ATF is not going as far as to declare these machine guns yet. Okay, who knows what they might do in the future. Uh, but basically they've given us um, this point system so that you can declare if or you can figure out rather if your brace can go on your AR pistol, and there's this complicated point system which I do not understand. I can't figure out if this can go on this or not. It's just too complicated for me. Um, I think it's going to be complicated for most people, but regardless of the point system, it's still legal for you to own this, and it's still legal for you to own this. The only thing that's in question is can these two be combined so that you can shoot the gun? Okay, that's the only thing that's in question. Does not it does not declare this a machine gun at this point, or try to ban it in any way. Okay, um, so what's going to happen is that is going to most likely going to be challenged in court. I imagine that SB Tactical is going to try and challenge it through the courts. I imagine that there's also going to be other people that are going to try and challenge it through the courts, and it's going to get tied up for some time. Okay, we still don't know if the bump stocks are legal or not. Okay, we got one appeals court that says they're illegal, another appeals court that says they are legal. So at this point, that's also undetermined. Okay, and that's 2 years later. So with the bump stocks, we only had, I guess, several thousand people that maybe purchased those. A very tiny percentage of those were actually turned back in. So they're still out there, right? People have them. People are hiding them. They're still out there. Now with the braces, I would guess that millions of these have been sold. Okay, this is what I recommend for women. I like recommending AR pistols with braces for women because it's less front heavy, right? When they hold the gun, it's less front heavy. So I find that women can shoot AR pistols a lot better. It's the best self-defense gun for women, and they've been very popular. They've been selling very well. I would guess that there's probably millions of these in circulation, and that's going to be a significant factor as this goes through the courts. To the courts, it matters whether a few hundred, a few thousand, or a few million have been sold and are in circulation. Okay, that's going to become an important factor. So our job from now until August is to try and buy as many of these as possible so that when SB Tactical does end up in court, disputing this ATF rule change, they're able to say, hey, we sold 1 million of these, or we already sold 5 million of these, or 10 million of these, or 30 million, whatever the number is. The bigger the number, the better their position will be. Okay, so that's going to be an important factor. Okay? So important for you guys to understand that the ATF so far is not trying to declare these machine guns. They're not trying to make these illegal. Okay, the only thing that's in question is whether or not this can go on this, whether this brace can go on this specific AR pistol. They got this point system that you gotta, you gotta count up if you've got, I don't know how many backup sights you have on it, how many optics you have on it, do you have a sling on it, how much does it weigh, how long is it, it's just a whole bunch of things that I can't even keep track of. The average person is not going to be able to keep track of all those different points and figure it out. So I have a very strong feeling that ultimately the courts are going to reject this rule change. And I think that in the long run, I think it's going to weaken the ATF's ability to just nilly-willy make rule changes as they wish. Okay, so I think it's actually going to hurt them in the long run. In the short run, what should you do? What am I going to do? So, August 2022, the ATF rules issues some finalized rule. I'm going to look at it. I'm not going to understand it, right? Most people that look at it are not going to understand it. I know that it's going to, I'm not even going to try to understand it because I know whatever it is, it's going to end up in the courts. What I want to know is at the end, what's the rule going to be, right? After it goes through all the courts, after, it goes up to the Supreme Court, what's going to be the final ruling from the Supreme Court? I'm not going to try and fill my brain up with all the other stuff that happens in the meantime. So what am I going to do? Just pull this thing down and take it off and store the two separate, okay? Because it's legal for you to own this. It's legal for you to own this. End the story. I don't have to lose any sleep at night whether or not the ATF is going to come down my chimney and try to, catch me with this connected to that. Just take it off, okay? It's legal. It's still legal for you to have this, okay? What I am going to do, though, between now and August 2022 is buy as many of these as possible, right? Because I don't know what the availability of these is going to be after August. I don't know if there's going to be a high demand for these, or maybe there's going to be a very low demand, and the company will go out of business. I mean, I do not know. What I do know is that I like them. They work really good with these AR pistols, and I want to have as many as I possibly think I would need for the rest of my life, for the rest of my kids' life, and the rest of my grandkids' life, okay? So I want to get as many of these as possible between now and August 22, and just store the two separate, right? It's legal to have that, illegal to have that, nice and easy. So, I refer to it as the August 2022 deadline, but it's more of a self-imposed deadline on myself for purchasing lots of these braces, and I suggest you guys think of it the same way, okay? But it's not a deadline in terms of is this gonna, that this might possibly be illegal after that deadline. Although, again, there's always a possibility ATF may come back with another rule change and say that this is a machine gun. But as for right now, that's not on the table. So the idea of, is there a grandfathering clause in? The question that I'm often asked is, it doesn't apply. Okay, the issue of a grandfathering clause does not apply because it's still going to be legal. At this point, it seems like they're not trying to make this illegal. They're not trying to declare this illegal. Okay, so those are my thoughts on this. Drop some comments below. Let me know what you guys think. It helps the algorithm, helps get the message out there. By pushing the video out there for more people to see. I don't monetize this channel. This channel is not about me trying to make any money. This channel is about spreading the gun culture and trying to pull in as many people as possible to our side. And the brace has been a very valuable tool because it is very popular with women. Okay. Now I know that SB Tactical originally proposed this as an aid for disabled veterans, which I understand that, and that's really important as well. But I don't get to train that many disabled veterans, right? I think I've only ran into 3 of them in the 12 years I've been doing this. I've run into a lot of wounded veterans, but not disabled. Okay, I've only run into about 3, maybe 4 of them. But I have found that this is an extremely valuable tool for women because it goes on an AR pistol, shorter barrel, a lot easier for women to hold this up. When you give them a longer barrel, it tends to tire them out a lot more. So this is a very good home defense gun for women. So again, drop some comments below, give the video a thumbs up so that it becomes more suggested. And if you're not a member of the channel, subscribe and hit the bell button so you get notification of new videos I put out. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you all soon.